taken by this feeling, baby, we're invincible.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Notts County. As always, if you are enjoying the save, drop a like on the video, that'd be tremendous. With starting on the page of Sean Lancaster, you can have a look, but honestly, we need to talk about some other stuff. Because since, I don't know, the last couple of days, I've spent way more time on this than I should do for a start. Let's put it that way. To the point where I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get a video out on Saturday because I spent so much time on this. And it just feels completely futile at this point. And I've never ever felt like that about FM. And that's how I feel currently. And it freaking sucks because I can feel that burnout growing in my brain right now. And the simple fact of the matter is, usually what will happen is I like it when things go wrong because that gives me a chance to fix things. And one of my favourite things to do in FM, honestly, is to analyse tactics and fix stuff. Because, you know, we've done it before with Stockport. We've done it before with this save. We've done it with Bologna, almost certainly. And it's fun because it gives me a chance to look at things and go, right, this is how opponents are getting chances against us. This is what we can do, because the instructions are very clear how we can fix that. And that's all I generally do. I'll go through and look at games, look at fixtures, and go, right, this is what they're doing. And I've got a big list of notes here from I had before, and I've made a whole load of new sets. So I'll look at the goals against, the chances against, sometimes even just the shots against, to see where they're shooting from, where their best chances are coming from, and what we can do to prevent that. Now, of course, it is a case of tactical whack-a-mole sometimes, where you'll block one thing and it does leave other opportunities, but you're trying to find a balance between those two things. And it's the same from an attacking standpoint. I'll look and see, right, this is where we're creating the best opportunities. How do we then steer and create more of those? That's generally what I do, and that, speaking, generally works for the most part. It doesn't, not at all. I have never felt so not in control of tactics as I do right now. This beta update seems to have made it so that the instructions I'm telling them seem to have no bearing on what they actually do on the pitch. That's how it feels. And to make this point very clear, I watched 2 of these games on full highlights. Now, obviously, you're going to see stuff that you wouldn't normally when you do that. But I was just utterly exasperated by just how bad the link between what I'm telling the players to do and what they're doing actually is at the moment. And that's a shame. So, off-camera games, very important stuff. So we went out against West Ham and we just don't seem to be able to score goals anymore. That being said, we still defended pretty damn well. Unfortunately, there's nothing you can really do when their left back, or right back in this case, volleys one in from 30 yards. What's his long shots? 10. Good. I mean, literally, he's volleyed one in the top corner from 30 odd yards out, and I'm just like, what? And obviously that happens sometime, but it's happening too much now. The Wan-Bissaka one against Wolves, that sunk us. And this one, I was just like, okay, sure. Because I think we're probably good value for a point. The problem is, we're giving up a lot of shots, but I never actually see the shots in the highlights. They just seem to stack up, and they're never any kind of dangerous shots. We don't give up many chances, just random shots. But we then took that into the Fulham game, and we were dreadful. How we got 0 in this game, and how we kept them to 0, I will never know. Genuinely, they should have won this game about 6-0. And that's my point. All of a sudden, there's just nothing. Nothing is happening. The players just aren't doing anything anymore. I don't know what's changed because I was playing on the beta update before, but ever since really the last few matches, there's just been nothing is happening anymore, and it's an annoying situation. And then we went into Bournemouth in the Cup, and I tried some stuff out. By this point, I'd done my analysis, and I looked at all the games going back to Wolves to see what we could kind of do. And I took that approach into this game, and you'll see, much, much better. Still lost on the night, though, because of course we did. But we were much, much better on the night. We created a damn load of chances. I think there was at least 6, maybe even 7, because sometimes they don't always show up here for some reason. So what I'd done, and here's my analysis. This is what I found. Essentially, we were conceding too many of those annoying goals because we were just sat a little bit too deep. So I thought we'll just push the line up to standard and be fine. Just go back to a more default defensive width and things will be fine, because we were just encouraging too much stuff down those wings and it was allowing players to get around the back of us. A lot of our best chances actually came from us working the ball into the box, so I wondered if shoot on sight was a bit poor, so we tried that out and went back to working the ball into the box, and it did seem to have an effect. You could see particularly with Robbie Burton doing so well. And also both of our midfielders were pushing up a little bit too high, which means clearances were often going over their heads and we were getting caught on the break. These are all general things that I thought, right, I've got notes of this is what we need to do, and I thought I'd change some stuff. So we did, and we looked better. A little bit shaky still from the defensive side of things, but a lot of that just seemed to come down to this new thing where dribbling and headers now seem to be outrageously overpowered, to the point if your player is 1 inch higher than your player, they will win every header against them, it seems. And it's frustrating as hell. But I then took that approach into the game against Brighton, and I don't know. It seemed like every time a Brighton player picked up the ball, they would just run straight past our defenders. And they were actually getting out of the way at times, which is what really perturbed me. And I don't know what to do about that. Like, it would get to the point where, particularly our fullbacks, this is with a slightly wider defensive line now, they would actually get out of the way and allow the Brighton player into the open space. I was wanting to punch walls. I don't know why that's happening now. Particularly Ryan Kent as well. He was particularly good for that kind of thing. Now, he does have good dribbling, but then Ricky Griffiths couldn't do that to theirs. He just would win. He would lose the ball every time I tried to dribble against them. It was strange. Now, of course, they're probably going to have slightly better defenders than us, but that shouldn't account for that level of disparity. And all of that leaves us 1 point. No, not even 1 point. We're outside the relegation zone on goal difference purely right now. We can't score goals. We literally cannot score goals. I think the goal we scored against Brighton was a goal from a corner, which seems to be the only method that we can actually score goals at the moment. And I don't remember the last time we scored one that wasn't from a corner, to give you an idea. It's a frustrating time. And I'm going to throw the door open, basically say, have you got any ideas of what we could do tactically? And I mean in terms of shapes as well. But don't be like, oh, you could play this shape, but we don't have the personnel for that shape. Think about the players we've got and also the sort of roles and, more importantly, like the status of the players. Because I can't just drop out Guajardo, because he's got star player. He will not accept that. But I would be interested to see what you guys have to say, because at this point I am out of ideas. And never was that more clear than I noticed that Kostel Trofim keeps making these runs in between the defenders. You know, the kind of runs where Booty will often find him with the ball over the top. And neither of our midfielders, no matter what instructions I put on the team, would ever play the fucking ball. They would just hold on to it until they lost the ball to the opposition. It was infuriating. And I don't think there's any way I can fix that, because every single instruction I tried on the players and the team during the Brighton game had no effect on the type of passing they were doing, whether it was on route 1 or extremely short. Nothing changed. But regardless, we must push on. Hey, maybe we'll go. I'm going to go back to the approach that we used against Spurs and Stoke, because as much as we looked good against Bournemouth in the Cup, with a full strength side, I must point out, how we played against Brighton in the last game we played just made me go, oh dear. Sorry for the disjointed nature of this week. I can honestly say I've spent more time on this than I've ever spent on any period of time on FM before, and that might be why I'm so sort of in my own head about it. But my God. But maybe we can come up with something. Luati's still out injured, unfortunately, but they do appear to be missing some players themselves. So, this is... I changed the name of it because I was tweaking it around a little bit. So this is generally the approach we've been looking at. I don't really want Fleming overlapping anymore, because I just feel like... One of the things I was noticing is that a lot of our good play actually came from Fleming sitting slightly deeper. So that might be something I will look at. I'm still tempted to go on shoot on sight, because it seems to just create chances for us in general. Since long shots go in more often than one-on-ones, so we might as well have that on our team here. Hitting early crosses might be something we could look at. I don't really know. Everything else here is relatively similar, and then we're on a slightly lower line of engagement with a more narrow defence. So, changes, obviously, Nico Williams is back fit again. Robbie Burton is actually available, which is a nice change, to be honest, because he's been out for 3 matches with that suspension after that red card. Ron Coates is sort of available, actually, so we'll get him on the bench. I quite like Goober there, actually, because he's got a bit of height. Because the problem is I don't really want to be bringing in signings unless we're really sure of what style of football we want to be playing. But for now, this is what we're going to be doing. And hopefully we'll do okay against Leeds today. But I'm really concerned, to be honest. Fleming did not do a good job there. McCalmont. I would be very surprised if Leeds don't score from a free kick in this match. Barbero. We've got plenty of men behind the ball, and yet he can just drive straight through them. Because this is the thing. Leeds have got all these shots, but they're not from range. But they're not close enough to be dangerous for us to see a highlight of, and that's what I'm always concerned about. That was probably the last thing we needed right about now. But we'll see. Hughes. Fjortov Lervik. Ricky Griffiths needs to be... That's another thing I've noticed as well. Before, Ricky Griffiths would be bombing into this space here, and now they just won't do it. Okay, that time he was actually out-jostled by the defender, but a lot of the time he'll have complete free reign to make that run, and he just won't make it anymore. We're going to lose the ball any minute now, I can feel it. Oh, well played. Trofin, finally. Nope. End of the channel. Young should not have this at all. Great save from Paul. Big chance for Leeds there. But this is kind of just how it's been through this entire period now, where they've had 17 shots, albeit most of them we don't see, and I don't know where they are. But, I don't know. Booty can't perform. None of our midfielders seem to do anything anymore. I don't know what's changed. Turn Robbie Burton off of more direct passing, perhaps, but... Because one of the things I was trying to do is get these guys to play more direct without the entire team thumping it long. I wanted them to be able to find Trofin, but they never try to make the passes. And Leeds have made 2 changes at half time. Oh my God. Okay. Nothing seems to have any effect on anything. Ball in, cleared away. Vidal. Got a man there. Well played. Guajardo's got it. Trofin, we've got 2-on-1 here. He's got to do better than this. What? Right. What is number 11 doing? I understand he's a right-hand-sided player, but he has to be making a run there. Trofin's going to get the shot in here. Anytime we do get a good chance, it ends up like that, unfortunately. Burton's ball in, and it's headed away. And Hermanson over the crossbar. Maybe he should have brought that down. Better. I mean, as things stand, there'd be 4 teams stuck on 15 points, and we'd still have Stoke. Watch us concede a late goal, though. because we do love conceding a late goal. Look, where's the tackle? Where's the... This is what I'm talking about. I understand he's probably got decent dribbling, fine. But, like, it just seems that our players are incapable of putting a tackle in on anybody anymore. He's got the ball out here, goes past one player, like he's not even there. Goes past him again, goes past him like he's not even there. And then just slots in the back of the net. This is why I've been pulling my hair out. Yeah, I can't remember the last time we scored a goal anymore. But today we're playing against Stoke. Very, very much... I mean, the fact is, it's going to have to be Fjordhoff-Lervik back in. Fleming's going to have to play again because we really don't have any other options in that spot yet because Luetti's not back. I am returning Martin Patton from loan, but he obviously won't come back till the start of the window. Usually I have ideas and plans, things to try. And I know we could maybe try pressing less intently, but the problem is the board will then probably sack me for playing should we try that maybe? Should we try a lower impress, like a more block kind of base system? Just try and drop the defensive line a little bit. Not even drop the defensive line as such, but like sit a bit and don't press them quite so much. Try to just create like a barrier. So, we did beat Stoke earlier this season. That's what we do have in our corner here. Come on. Let's go out there and do something. Show me something. Because the issue now is we're not even getting chances from corners anymore. Which is odd. But, Booty. Guajardo. Better. Take your man on. That's ball across. All the way through for Griffiths. He won't get to this one, unfortunately, though. He's going to at least press him into the corner, though. Okay. Lervik. Goes short for Booty. Hermanson. Spread that play out wide. There we go. Guajardo could take his man on. He's probably going to get the shot away here, I'd say. It's deflected to him. And Troffin! Good save by Gunn. Okay. First chance of the game. We missed it, but it was an opportunity. Okay, one for us now. Guajardo. This time it's a bit more sensible. Hermanson! Yes! Egil Hermanson makes it 1-0 to Notts County. My God, that would send us up to 15th. That's how tight it is down at the bottom of the league right now. If we get this victory, holy shit. What a great ball in from Guajardo. He's actually been okay in places. He's been getting a few little goals, little assists here and there. That's a great ball in, though. But it has to be noted that once again, it's a goal from a set piece. Troffin. Here we go. He's going through a few. He's going to probably have a... Ooh, that's a poor one. But a much, much better start to this match. We've actually got the lead in it as well. Oh, over Maffeo. Just get that block in. Nice. Oh. Cool. Comes straight back to him, and it's an instant equaliser for Stoke. I don't know. We're really trying to limit them to very few chances. It's hit him, and then they two of them just run right by him. Great finish. Oh, now Robbie Burton's got a pulled hamstring. This could just not get better, could it? Let's go with Ferguson. I mean, we've literally not had a shot in about 40 minutes. It just, I don't know. The more the game goes on, the less we do. That's something I really have noticed. Particularly in second halves of games. It seems that they just don't do anything most of the time. Ball in. Griffiths heads it for some reason. And Ferguson whips it wide. I'm not happy with the performance out there. Maybe we should start just getting aggressive with them. We do at least have that Serbian dude joining us who can actually cross and dribble. So you never know. I do feel, though, that from a defensive standpoint, we're giving up a lot less shots than we were against Leeds. And I do wonder if that's because we're just sitting a little bit more comfortably. But when we're not offering anything anymore. Hughes, there we go. Out wide for Ricky Griffiths. Can he do something here? Goes past one man. My God, he's actually gone past someone. Now we need a runner. Booty. Guajardo. He's gonna shooting, isn't he? Yep. Blocked. But at least we got into a good position. Screw it, we're going to make 2 more changes and just try and fire this team up a little bit. And that should be easily won by Brandon Fleming. And, oh my God, just passed the ball to one of our teammates. Here we go, Guajardo. Oh, right there. There's a chance to put the ball into the channel and they just don't do it. Ferguson. Coates goes past his man. And it's a penalty! Oh, good Lord. Surely not. Come on, these are always given. It's a penalty. Who's taking it, though? Who's number 4? Is that Sam Hughes? Come on. Come on, Sam. Yes! Notts County 2, Stoke City 1. Sam Hughes from the penalty spot. This is a proper straggler of a game if I've ever seen one. But sometimes you need a little bit of that. Ron Coates did very, very well to actually win the penalty. Great strike from Sam Hughes. It's 2-1 to Notts County. We're going to go cautious now. We've just got everybody sat in the right positions. Maffeo, just... Oh, good save from Palauskas. But again, they're shooting from relatively distant positions. Options left and right. Ferguson. Coates is in a great spot here. Booty. Wins it back. Ron Coates! He's still got it and finds another shot on target. Okay. Ferguson. Oh, Mamakonos. And a good save again from Gunn. Okay, at the end here, we finally found something. Out wide for Brandon Fleming. And that will surely do it. Block. Yes! Notts County 2, Stoke City 1. Now, I feel like on the balance of play in terms of actual genuine chance creation, we might have just about edged it, but one of them was the penalty spot. And I wonder if maybe a cautious approach to launch things on the counter while playing a slightly more blocked system like that might actually be a way for us to get something, because we looked much better when we switched to the cautious one at the end there, and we got the victory. My God. Oh, I just noticed Wolves scored a 95th minute winner against Newcastle, which pushes them into the drop zone. Recording this in post because I actually forgot to show you this, and I just remembered after I said bye-bye. So yes, this is the youth preview. Where is it? Golden Generation. Like, we do have, in fairness, most things maxed out, so that's a good sign. But also, a Czech right winger from Znjomnyo, which could, I butchered that name, where he could be the sort of the guiding light for us, so that's kind of cool. We haven't scored 2 goals in a game since the last time we played Stoke. To give you an idea of our inability to go forward. I'm going to look for a striker, I think, though, just in case. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope you have, despite all the weirdness, drop a like on the video, that would be tremendous, and I will see you guys very, very soon. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and as always, hold your gun, capybara. Wait, no, next episode, well, it's going to have to be Leeds and Palace, isn't it? That's a pretty much no-brainer. So I'll see you guys very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.